Hey guys, welcome back. In response to the, I don't know, somewhat lackluster live from the seasonal closet episode, I thought I'd try and clarify some of, what I was trying to show there, and why some of those things might be interesting. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get out of that. The easiest way I could think to tell that story would be just with a series of photos. So let's take a look. Strangely, my phone is not behaving as I have asked it to. There we go. All right, so my TV empire starts here. This is a Telev's external antenna. It's primarily designed for UHF reception, which is pretty common with the HD world anymore. It also has little metal things that stick out for VHF high reception. So we go from there into another Telev's product. I've got two of those outdoor antennas. Those are coming in on the white cables. And this is a digital signal processor that does like the channel remapping and automatic gain control, like I tried to allude to in my episode yesterday. So we've got that. We've got some other signals going in there as well. That bottom, that cylindrical filter is that's a couple of modulators. I've got an in-house channel one that is a HD feed from a camera system, and another one that provides a mirror of whatever is showing on the big screen TV in the living room. So if you need to take a break while somebody's watching a movie, you can kind of remain connected to that. This is the just a view of the control interface for that Telev's processor. Out of the box, I was using, it's got a really nice app that you can use, but I broke the micro USB port. And so I had to buy this incredibly expensive thing. Yeah, so here in the closet, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's RF antennas, there's some camera systems back there. Yeah, I mentioned modulators. This top one is the modulator. It creates an HD TV, so 1080p signal from the entertainment center. There's just some messes of camera things and cameras and IK vision, DVRs, 13-port USB hub is still not enough outlets. There's a few of these using a few different ways of kind of shipping HDMI off into different rooms of the house. This is one I bought from Triplite. Maybe it was $30 for a set. It was on sale for sure. Yeah, and so then here we can see that's another one of the modulators here. This is the one that does the security system footage. It's a little bit better picture. And yeah, just like everything, you gotta use a lot of splitters. Down there at the bottom, you can see sort of an audio mixing setup. I've combined a sort of a whole house Bluetooth receiver with some custom scripting with the camera system so that I can play, some audio and some, alert things. You guys may recognize this HD Fury Vertex from previous videos. Here it's responsible for fixing the brain dead HDMI output from the security DVR. It's full range, but it's tagged as limited, and so then that makes everything look washed out, and oh my god, I hate HDMI. These are some of the boxes that handle the feed from the Entertainment Center Apple TV. I basically bring the signal in on a piece of Category 6 cable into this top Triplite extender. Then I have to jump through a number of hoops. It actually, because the Apple TV puts out 5.1 audio, I have to use one box to extract the 5.1 audio, oh my gosh, and mix it down into stereo, and then a separate box to replace it into the HDMI signal before it gets sent off to the modulator. It's one of those things where 95% of the functionality, or 5% of the functionality was 95% of the money anyway. Yeah, so we got a network switch here. This is my main closet. There's a Cisco switch in the back, and then what I'm using is a 12-port, I believe it's a power design. It's a PoE injector. So, I couldn't quite find a switch, a Cisco switch with 10 gigabit ports and PoE that, met all my requirements. And then the bulk of my network routing and such happens, this is a Protectily, it's a quad-core i5 with 64 gigs of RAM running VMware. And it's got 6 network cards in it. That's all teamed into the Cisco switch. And it goes and, it runs all the routers and, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, here just a view. This is my old Tableau. It's the HDMI model. It's essentially just an over-the-air set-top box. Here it records to a 2 terabyte hard drive. This slightly more messy implementation is my new 4th generation Tableau. That's the circle puck there. It's messier because there's a lot more going on. We're attached to a Raspberry Pi here, and that's acting as a emulated USB storage. I've got a 2 terabyte enterprise SSD in this enclosure, and the Raspberry Pi presents that as a USB 2 hard drive to the Tableau so that I can kind of get in there and, touch their, read from the file system while it's in operation. So yeah, so a 12 terabyte SanDisk, USB 3 drive on top, and an old 4 terabyte Seagate with a built-in USB 3 hub, so that was handy. I also got off to the side, I've got a set-top box. That's feeding HDMI into this center. It's just a cheap USB capture interface. The software on the Raspberry Pi, I'm using a TV headend software, and what it does, it tries to it will transcode video for streaming and recording. The problem is I couldn't get it to process a 1080 signal, so I've got that's why I have just a external set-top box I'm recording as a dedicated source. So then there's some nasty bugs out in the yard. Just, making noise and leaving skeletons everywhere. So on the way out, this is sort of my outside enclosure, if you will. I've got gigabit fiber into a pair of media converters in there. And let's see, yeah, there's a one of those media converters feeds a standalone, it's a Starlink PoE injector. I'm not using their router. And the other one feeds this this homemade, it's just the same sort of thing I'm doing in the main closet, but with it's a PoE injector hung off a Netgear managed switch. And so that manages the wireless network that's being broadcast down the street, and also it was doing my seasonal lighting back around the holidays. So, yeah, it just kind of sits there. You can see those teal wires, that's the 10 gig lines. One of those is coming from a HDMI converter, brings my DVR signal up to my office on the porch. And the other one is a 10 gig fiber coming out of the Cisco switch in the closet. That then feeds this Netgear. It's a 10 gig, it's an unmanaged switch. That's kind of a pain because I use a lot of VLANs and things like that. So I've then had to stack a regular or a smart, managed switch, on top of that. So that's, let's see, what did I miss? I didn't highlight the RF infrastructure. Yeah, I've got modulators. I've been using modulators since, way before TV was high def, so yeah, cameras and real-time feeds of things. I was looking to see. You can't see the SDR in this picture, but I've got plenty of places that I can tap in and use that. So let's yeah, so that's the infrastructure. I kind of touched on a couple of the shortcomings that are in my Raspberry Pi, my Tableau setup. To that, and let's see. Yeah, there it was. I have this. This is a Raspberry Pi 4. It's the 8 GB model. It's my favorite Raspberry Pi 4 case. Entirely passive. For me, stability, reliability, not needing a fan. Those are the important characteristics. So I frequently I have a Raspberry Pi is underclocked a little bit. That box runs at 1.8 gigahertz. It can run at 1.8 gig natively. I found that if I bring it back to 1.5, it doesn't get hot and it doesn't throttle. And for doing stuff, the throttling and the inconsistent time stuff has always been irritating. So let's see. Let's make that happen. All right, so here's my fancy little video machine, and we'll come back to that in a second. So the current edition, I believe, is Bookworm. It's going to be Raspbian. Yeah, so we're going to be taking the light flavor in 64 bits. Just copy that. See if we can make that font any bigger. So there's quite a few things going on that for appearance. All right, well, I can be blind now. How do we do session? All right, well, that was quick. No. There it is. Yeah, I had just been backing some stuff up there. Yeah, it's busy. Seriously, is that going to kill my encoder session? It shows to do it in the window that I'm running the upload in. That's funny. Nope, there it is. stick? No, it didn't. No, because I need to clone it. All right, so back to MTS. Oh god, this whole thing again. Okay, great. Okay, discard. Yeah, STP. Bye-bye. This is address. STP. Go back to that in 500 megabytes. It's a SanDisk Ultra series card, so it's at least able to sustain the full USB 2 bandwidth. And then, yeah, it wasn't too big compressed, but we don't know how big uncompressed will turn out to be. All right. All right, well, note to self, don't unplug the Ethernet switch while live streaming. Never enough outlets. A random assortment of files. Yay. All right. This box can go away. That and the micro USB or micro HDMI widget. See where that gets us. Hey, there's something. Alrighty. Out of the box Raspberry Pi action. Yeah, then this will be my storage as enterprise SSD for that guy. It's blinking away. Sure, not getting a lot of output. Maybe it would be happier with a network connection and some sort of keyboard. Or if there's anything else important I can unplug. No, that's not the wire I thought it was. No, undesirable. Okay, well, a link light, there's some sort of life. I mean, it's not blinking anymore, so that's at least a change in behavior. I suppose it's possible that the capture's not working. Doesn't seem to be the case. Well, let's see. We can chat with check with the DHCP server. That's all right. This is just going to become a whole, need to become a whole troubleshooting. Okay, so now I need a port in a VLAN. Let's put that away. Oh, haha. What a prank. Now all I need is a USB keyboard solution. It was so neat and orderly for a second there. Sure, that's an improvement anyway. All right. Glad I went and did all that. I missed. Are you sure it just said that? Maybe I have to turn it on still. Just no password. Cool. All right, let's do all the things. Oh yes, the keyboard mapping is wrong. I don't know how to where to get a pipe symbol. That's a worthless character. All right, there's no pipe. That's not package L. Not system CTL anymore. And then do like that. Come on, why can I not have? All right, step one, let's fix the keyboard. Thank you. Is there no C or straight? All right, well, that was fun. Localization, keyboard. Just English US will be just fine. Whatever. Whatever. All right. Did that get me a pipe symbol? Oh, look, it did. All right. Things are looking up. Maybe you should just reboot. Maybe that will fix everything. All right. This doesn't look like I'm used to. Understand why it's broken. Let's just make them all. Well, what makes it disabled? Enable SSH. Okay. All righty. What a bunch of hooey. 8.112, huh? All right. Does that mean I can get there from here? Maybe. What line was that? All right, now we can get somewhere. EEPROM is something in the NVRAM related to the firmware that could have implications. Wow, it's so weird being up to date out of the box. I guess let's see what would. Free. Okay. XML. Yeah, that's probably about right. Let's see. Let's just do some high level get less Nginx. Gonna need. Some. This is the most recent version of Raspbian I'm running anywhere. So I'm gonna try and make this box do everything. Yeah, that's even better. 800 megs. Go do the stuff. Oh, we should be sneakier than that. TV admin. They'll never figure that out. Okay. It's been quick so far. Forget that address already. No, it's correct. No, without the. I'm gonna have to wait for it to finish installing. Didn't quite plan on getting X, but guess it wanted me to have it. Thought X was obsolete. We all moved on to Wayland now or something. It's probably something in that TV head-end package. All right. That was fun. Can I go there now, please? TV admin, TV admin. All right. Okay. Like that. Can I do it the easy way? TV, TV. Oh, how nice. It found the tuners. Understand where it thinks these IPTV networks are coming from. And whatever it's chosen to import is curious. Uh, and then here I need to make sure I choose a wide enough allocation on account of the fact that I've got custom channels. Yes, okay, so that is scanning up to channel 69, which will find the stuff. There we go. Let's get somewhere. What version do we have? What did I used to have? Leave it space. Let's see what I had. What one is. So yeah, what it's doing at the moment, it's out there just kind of going through the RF spectrum and looking for ATSC carriers. It's HD home run, so it's a it's a pretty neat little gizmo. Take a look at one. Oh, I just broke everything. No. So what have it at? Okay. So this is this is a 4K model. I'm not sure how that's really going to work out, given that 4K can potentially contain DRM. So the point, the idea being that a truly 4K compliant set-top box is not possible without some sort of back channel. It can be partially compatible, so we don't. Yeah, 4-tuners. They just kind of sit there and take in the signal. Seems like it continued. That was smart of it. I believe that's the correct number of services. Okay. I think I need those features. Oh no, that would tag it as ATSC. Okay. Okay, well that was seemingly easy. So now at this point I should have access to this little web play system, which is cool. It's not an especially well-known or supported protocol. Getting in here and using this interface is all right on a PC, but it's a little tedious coming from like a smartphone or something like that. But this is nice. I had this set up previously until I accidentally like deleted my configuration. Yeah, that's great. So let's see what VLC thinks of it. Watching it from within inside the info button is very different than using the play button, or the little TV button or whatever. Yeah, can you open? Can you do that for me? VLC, please. Would be great. Yeah, you would open that. Okay, keep opening it. All right. Lovesick liars, huh? All right, so we're watching a bit rate 1.5, 2 megs. Let's see. This is coming in as MPEG video, so this is a direct stream from the antenna. So what are our options for getting that? And that's fine here in the here in the same building, but that's not really fine if you're trying to, for example, watch it over a cell phone. So I guess what I gotta do is change the default profile to see that take effect. But where's the not pass? And Matroska is the other, good, well-supported one. All right, so now with no further changes, this guy, click. Clearly a few refinement opportunities here. No, that did not change that. Let's put it back how it was and try making a new. Oh, because here I am in the facility. This is the recording tab. Be the stream tab that we want. Is that HTSP? All right, I'm just fumbling around here. I'm going to put the phone headset down, I think. Maybe it's more useful to check it on the app. Let's see. This is not helpful. Let's see, add a new server. TV admin. Can it be that simple? Okay. Does that mean it's fixed? All right, so here's some something. Okay. Not the best frame rate, but can I get a full 1080 signal? Okay. Where do I change the protocol? Or the codec, rather. Oh, that's interesting. So clearly it works. It's not. Why would we be worried about 4K? That This stuff is 4K. This is really a short-term storage solution for me. Right, that's all fine. But where's the codec? Why not? Like, where's the bitrate setting? Can I make any changes? This feels awfully inflexible. All right, AAC. And we scale to 480. Bitrate. Tiny. But these are not giving me a hardware acceleration choice. This is not what I want. So on the previous box, I was using the OMX encoder. Does that mean I don't have that possibility? That's nasty. Because if I look on the great. goes on this guy. Configuration. Yes. This is for AAC Matroska. Stream profiles. Oh no. Well, that sucks. That functionality is gone. Even this one has HEVC support. That is really unexpected. Did they add OMX hardware support? No, they wouldn't have done that. Disappointment. Yeah, it was somewhere in the wrong spot. Coding. That's nobody cares about that. Well, that is not what I was expecting. That's. Can I make a new? Can I clone that? So they completely didn't include it because it's not supported by Raspberry Pi 5. That's a ripoff. Yeah, so at least the version on the old box had But I know OMX is not supported anymore. It's Intel, mappy stuff, but that's disappointing. I don't even know how I'm going to come to terms with that. That's curious. I'll make a note of it. Is that? So that all seems fine. It looks like it's there anyway. Use that. All right, well, that's clearly just making me crazy. That sounds like all the acceleration stuff. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to have to like fight this for some sort of period because clearly TV head end doesn't want to give me the renderer I want, and well, so I'm gonna leave it there for the day. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and yeah, we will catch you on the in the future.